Being able to figure out whether or not a fiber, fabric, or finish stained by an oily soil medium can be removed in laundering is a desirable attribute that a consumer can see. Let's face it, most of us are only interested in the question, will the salad dressing, ketchup, or spaghetti sauce I dropped on my shirt, blouse, or pants come out after the garment is laundered? AATCC Test Method 130 Soil Release, Oily Stain Release Method is the standard developed by textile experts in the late 1960s to evaluate whether soils will come out of fabrics after laundering. Test Method 130 has several important elements that lend themselves to a performance-based standard method, but they also present challenges to standardization. What should be the standard oily soil medium to use in a test for judging oily stain release? What laundering conditions should be used to judge soil release? How are different levels of oily stain release to be judged? For the first point, mineral oil was chosen as the soil medium for the test method, but it was changed to corn oil in 1990 when fabric manufacturers and chemical finisher suppliers realized that consumers, homes and restaurants, were probably more concerned about getting salad dressing stains out of tablecloths and napkins. 20 years later, the Standards Committee may have to consider an olive oil soil medium, as it has come into broader use in dressings and dipping oils. Whether this happens or not, it does touch on the dynamic nature of standard test methods and the need for them to be revised to reflect current trends in both culture and, of course, textiles, with their new fibers, finishes, and processes. For point number 2, laundering conditions, water temperature, machine settings, type of detergent, drying conditions, are addressed by AATCC through its Home Laundering Technology Committee. This committee provides current laundering condition references that are connected to Federal Trade Commission's CARE labeling rule and the Department of Energy's mandates for reduced energy consumption in home laundering washing machine models. The laundering conditions chosen for stain release testing are usually those that align with CARE labeling decisions for the garment or textile product under consideration. The laundering conditions are those that are used for shrinkage and appearance test methods covered in Volume 1 of this CD series, Quality Assurance Test Methods. For the last point, Test Method 130 developers decided that a visual scale was the best way to rate stain release after laundering, as it was known that stains can diminish at different levels. Test Method 130 allows for the use of either AATCC's Stain Release Replica, developed by Millikan Research Corporation, or the 3M Corporation Stain Release Rating Scale. The stain release test method is performed by placing a 38 by 38 centimeter fabric specimen on top of a standard blotting paper placed on a flat horizontal surface. Using a medicine dropper, 5 drops of corn oil are delivered to the approximate center of the test specimen. Next, an 8 by 8 centimeter piece of glassine paper, lab-grade wax paper, is placed on top of the oil. Then a 6.4 centimeter diameter, 2.2 kilogram weight is placed on top of the glassine paper over the location of the oil. After 60 seconds, the weight and glassine paper are removed. The specimen is allowed to lie undisturbed until it's laundered, within 20 minutes of the oil application. After one laundering at prescribed washer and dryer settings, the specimen is conditioned for at least 4 hours before it's rated. It should be noted that in some cases, fabrics are laundered before the oil is applied, so that any residual finish that might interfere with stain release evaluation is removed. In a standard grading room or area, the same standard lighting used for smoothness appearance grading is also used for stain release grading. But for grading stain release, a horizontal flat black board or table is placed in the center of the appearance viewing board underneath the standard lamp. The stain release scale is placed against the appearance mounting board, so the grading scale is viewed left to right, stain release grade 1 to grade 5. The test specimen is placed flat on the black surface and is rotated to be viewed in the direction that produces the lowest rating. The rating scale shows images that represent poor stain removal to little or no visible stain remaining. Grade 1 is the poorest stain removal rating, followed by increasing steps of successful stain removal to grade 5, which represents the best stain removal performance. Observers may also rate to the nearest 0.5 grade level.